reminding everybody when he's back in competition just how special he is. He drove down there and that 1-3 that he's off balance on the baseline. Does he continue to dazzle and show you that too?
Yeah, he was fantastic tonight. And it wasn't just the shooting. He had 7 assists. I thought his drive and kick to Damian Lee early in the fourth quarter was a big basket, kind of broke the game open. And I thought Klay was just fantastic tonight.
Seemed to be coming in a couple bursts of the second quarter there, and also the start of the fourth. You talk about combinations. Did you find a combination of players there that seemed to really fit together around Steph and Klay?
Yeah, I thought the group that started the second and the fourth, Kuminga, Damian, and Juan Toscano-Anderson was fantastic together. I thought the energy of Damian and Juan was really important tonight, especially after that third quarter where we were kind of stuck in mud. And we started the fourth with a great push from those guys. JK had a really good run. He's so powerful down near the rim, and he's got some moves. He's got some ability to free himself up and score down there, which is really exciting. So it was a good night for him, and it was fun to watch that group together to start the fourth quarter. That was probably my favorite stretch of the game.
Steve, what has made Klay an improved passer of late?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's always had it in him, and he's just such a good shooter that, generally speaking, if he's open, he's gonna shoot it. I do think we have more floor spacing right now with the lineups we have out there. So the floor is open, and he's putting the ball on the floor, getting it into the paint, and doing a good job finding open players.
Are you beginning to see defenses? I mean, they're always going to jump Steph, obviously, but are you beginning to see a little bit when it's him and Klay on the floor together that's a little bit less on him? Is it loosening
on Steph?
On Steph, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they can't blitz Steph without giving up a 4-on-3 on the backside. So and if they do, we've got Klay, but we also have other guys who are knocking down shots too. So it's a different game right now for us. Without Draymond, we're playing differently. Our defense clearly isn't as good. The last 2 nights, our opponents have shot over 50%. We have longer stretches where our defense fails us. But we have floor spacing. I think we made 23s last game too, if I'm not mistaken, in San Antonio, and 20 again tonight. So this team has adapted to Draymond's absence, and the style is a little different, and we found a successful format. But with that said, I can't wait to get Draymond back, because defense is the name of the game in this league. You got to be able to get stops consistently to be really good. And Draymond's, to me, the best in the league with that.
Klay made his first 7 shots. I think he had 20 points in like 9 or 10 minutes. Have you kind of been waiting for one of those like avalanche type moments from him?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've seen a couple of them already. He's had a couple of games where he's lit it up and caught fire. So this seemed almost routine to me. I mean, other than that crazy corner 3 when he was, super hot, and that felt a little out of body experience-ish. But Klay's had some really good shooting nights, and he's clearly getting his legs underneath him. He's getting his rhythm.
You guys got 3 days off coming up, obviously super rare. What's that going to help you as a coach?
It's coming at a good time. We had a lot of games. We'll take tomorrow off. We'll practice Saturday and then fly to OKC Sunday. So just a nice breather between games will be helpful, and it'll give the guys who are banged up right now a chance to heal and hopefully come back next week.
You really tell Draymond that you didn't want to do the dunk contest?
I feel like I'm just super bouncy when it comes to me playing the game. Just like that, off out of nowhere, warm up. I'm not really bouncy, so I don't have a lot of tricks. I don't have a lot of tricks, so that's why I didn't want to be in it.
You don't think that reverse you put on tonight would score well in the dunk contest, or you just don't think you'd be warm enough to?
That's just an easy thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems pretty easy. Yeah.
Jonathan, what's it like to see Klay getting a little, hot streak like that when he took it down to the baseline, the corner there and off balance three? And
I actually didn't get to. Actually, I got a chance to play with Klay now and see what he been doing for so long. Super exciting, just being in the court. There is one shot I was supposed to pass to him. I took a shot. He was 3 for 3. I took a shot, but he wasn't mad about it. But I took one of his shot off. So, but it's just super exciting watching him getting back to where he used to be.
Did you realize in the moment, like, I should probably not be taking this as you're shooting it, or?
I mean, like coach always say, just be confident. I know I missed it, but if I made it, they wasn't really gonna say a lot. I missed that one, and Klay was 3 for 3, so the blame was on me. But I had to make sure every time I see him coming off his ball screen, just trying to set that pin down and get him off. So tried to do all my best, but he wasn't mad about it. So
How much are you learning that type of offense? It's very unique to kind of this system, like, pinning down all that. How much are you learning that?
I feel like I'm getting better because at the beginning of the season, it was just too much throwing at me at the same time, pin down, cut, go to the basket. Just it was kind of too much, but now it's getting a little easier. I still haven't got everything yet, but I feel like I'm doing good for the most part. But it's just still a lot. A lot of people not gonna be able to play the way we play.
Do you feel comfortable kind of filling in at the 5 a little bit as you have with Draymond and Belly out?
I mean, I'm a basketball player. At the end of the day, I was well gifted with my body, my size. So it's like, tell me whatever, I'll play, and I feel comfortable being everywhere on the floor.
You're just saying how everything at the beginning of the season was thrown at you, starting to catch up a little bit.
Yeah, I just need a little repetition.
Yeah.
And just watching films and coaching with the coaches, and just being on the floor sometimes. I feel like everything came back to me, where I tried to get everything and just be in the same motion as everybody.
Some guys in the past have said, it's kind of hard sometimes to learn to play alongside Steph and Klay. Guys on this current team say, no, it's pretty easy to play alongside Steph and Klay. Where do you land on that?
I mean, it's just my first year here. So it's like a 50-50. It's hard and it's not hard at the same time. But I'm getting there, so I feel super comfortable just being around those guys.
Jonathan, what's the most important things you've heard from your veteran teammates obviously you've been around now for a few months, and what are the things that stick with you in terms of things will make you a better player and pro?
Just staying ready every single day. It don't matter if your day is not going well, but you just gotta pick on one thing that's gonna help the team win or gonna bring everybody else energy up. So that's the biggest thing I've heard from every vet.
along those lines, what Monty said, Draymond was in here for a good while earlier, and he said you were late a couple of times, maybe, and that you heard from some teammates on that, or are they teaching you lessons good naturedly, or?
I mean, the beginning of the season, I was late a couple of times, and I just started hearing people talking about you being late, this and that. So as a person, I had to correct myself and say, if I'm not, like, it's part of the basketball too. Like, everything don't gotta be in the court. You gotta play your way off the court. You gotta make your teammates happy. If they don't see you on time, they're gonna get mad. So I had a couple of vets talking to me, and I really liked it, the way they came and just talked to me and helping me throughout every difficult moment.
earlier in the year, you talked about, working on running down the floor. You talked about working on your rebounding. Is there a specific part of your game right now that's kind of on that checklist of things that you want to keep working on right now?
I also just want to be more consistent, work on everything, especially with the way we play. We don't have any point guard, we don't have any big man, so just pretty much working on everything, trying to get better every single day.
Steph, were you for a minute maybe having a little flashback when Klay got rolling there, as far as just a lot of threes in a short period of time and not missing? And
it was awesome to see. I love when he's got that pep in a step and getting rewarded with the shots going in, and he can get hot at any moment. And he got that look in his eye. We love to see that. It's a big boost for the whole team. I know it's for him as well. And I'm just gonna give him some pointers on the celebrations. But other than that, it was kind of a flawless performance by him. And that flurry in the first half really helped us bring some energy to the game.
what specifically did he miss on the celebration, or what?
I think the first one, he didn't even realize that they hadn't called a timeout yet. He was already looking at the crowd, and then it was definitely going to happen, but he was a little premature.
Steph, you had that left-handed flick to Klay in the second quarter to lead him. Does he have to shoot the ball when you give him a pass like that, 35 feet, whatever, in the air down court?
That was, I think, maybe his fourth one.
I think it was the second quarter, but I think.
Which one you talking? The one on the left wing?
Yeah, you kind of flicked it down court.
Yeah, that was I think that was like the third one he had made, and it was a transition play where I knew he was in space, so I kind of you just get it to him however you can, as quick as you can. I didn't expect him to shoot that one, honestly, because Davion closed out pretty quick, but he had on his mind he's gonna get it up, and went to the side step in left corner and knocked it in. It was obviously a very difficult shot, but getting him the opportunity to figure out what he wanted to do, I just wanted to get him the ball quick, and he made it worth it.
Steph, the way you guys space the floor, is that allowing Klay to kind of penetrate and dish and pick up more assists and as well, and get you guys in better position to do that?
It's more so on him to understand, they know he's back, and especially when he makes a couple shots early, he's gonna get a lot of attention. They're gonna close out hard to him. We have created a lot of good looks with we call it 0.5 basketball, and everybody just making quick decisions, whether you're driving and kicking or whether you're just swinging it. And so for him, I know that was probably one of the bigger adjustments, trying to be patient to find his flow and not have to force things early, and taking what the defense gives him. He's shown he can, be an amazing playmaker and use that against, the defense if they want to be super aggressive to close out to him. So he's got to continue to find that balance, because we know he can shoot, we know he can score. And until he's playing his full, 30-plus minute, rotation, that balance is very important for him to continue to get, rhythm in our offense.
Stephen, when Klay is in that zone, what would constitute a bad shot?
Getting blocked. That's about it. As long as you see some daylight, when you make 2 or 3, the heat check's it's gonna come. So as long as it's got a chance to be anywhere around the rim, it's a good shot.
How's your nose?
It's a little beat up, but it's all right.
Did you have to get it x-rayed or looked at?
I'm fine. Nah, just was leaking a little bit. You should see Buddy's arm. Took the worst of it. So
In the middle of the Klay eruption, and you had made a couple, and then there's Kuminga in transition, just pulling from 3. Do you almost respect that he's willing to do that, or do you have to pull him aside and say, hey, get it to somebody else there?
I like the aggressiveness and the confidence. That's the learning curve in terms of allowing us to help make it easier on him to get, good looks. Because when we have that going, if you DHO or swing and pin down, you're gonna get wide open. Coach has talked about it a little bit, and it's for a young guy to feel that and understand the way that the game is moving and the attention that we get. If we can still be in the play, you're gonna get an amazing look. So it's a teachable moment, but it's also you love the confidence because you want to start there and work your way back as opposed to trying to get somebody to or anybody who's timid out there on the floor. Like, we don't want that either.
And what's it like having him as a pick and roll roller? I imagine that presents some challenges to defense.
He puts pressure on the rim. We got 2 plays in the second half where they trapped me. I threw it to Juan T. He found JK at the rim for a lob, and then he set a screen for me in transition. I threw it at pocket pass, and he was able to catch, survey, kind of do a little sidestep and finish at the rim. So it's great to have, a threat where he can get in the pocket and get in the paint, see the floor. He's shown, that he can make that pass to the corner or to the weak side if somebody's open, but he also can put pressure on the rim. So the more reps he gets, the more he'll be able to feel those possessions out. And, he's doing a pretty good job of that.
Do you welcome a few days without a game or when you're in this, early February, even though you're in an 8-game winning streak?
You always just approach it with whatever the challenge ahead is. Like, you want to keep the momentum going. We have some things to clean up defensively that we can watch some film and do some drill work and stuff like that. We also got some guys that have been out and could use some practice time to get their legs back and hopefully get back in the lineup. So 6 in one half a dozen the other. It's kind of, you take it for what it is, and hopefully we get ready to play in OKC, I think.
You very clearly have said, at the beginning of the season, this season's going to be in thirds, play without Klay, adjust to Klay, and then when Klay's back and going, you guys really kick it into gear. Now with Draymond out, is that adjusted, or are you still, and then what phase would you be in right now?
No, it's still in that middle phase. It's tough because that wasn't a part of the plan to have, Draymond out for so long. And I know he's making progress and hopefully can get back in a reasonable time so that we have a good chunk of the remaining schedule before the playoffs to kind of find our rhythm and peak at the right time. So I just like the way we're trending in terms of, 3 weeks ago, we had some rough nights and it was kind of gloomy around the locker room in terms of our performance and our energy and all that. And we responded extremely well, obviously winning 8 in a row, and, guys, starting to fill certain roles. We just want to have a good stretch. We hopefully have a full squad to see what we got to work with and how rotations are going to be and all that. And post All-Star break, it'll be a very important part of the season, obviously.
Kuminga had a moment in the early second where, he took a 3 even though Klay was hot and kind of getting towards the corner. He also had a moment where he set a nice pin in for a Klay 3. How have you seen him grow and try to balance that of being aggressive but also doing some unique stuff that's kind of just Steve Kerr's offense?
It's the learning curve of understanding how we do things and what is good offense. How you read those options. There's no perfect way to summarize that process. Are you open to those teachable moments where we had one play in San Antonio Houston. There's a transition and he got caught in the paint with 2 guys and their shooters all the way around, and coach talked about that in the moment, but also he praised the way he's aggressive attacking the rim and other possessions. So it's just a matter of we continue to go through those reps and feeling out the game and understanding how you're supposed to approach it, because every possession is going to be critical when we get into a playoff type atmosphere and he's playing. You can't afford to let those possessions go. So it's hard to summarize what that process is like. It's just he has to go through it.
Klay, as someone who watched and studied Kobe growing up, what does it mean to pass him in any category?
Always a huge honor. I mean, we miss him so much. He was one of one, and he's my biggest inspiration for playing basketball. So we really miss him and Gigi.
Klay, was that second quarter when you were making everything you threw up there as good as you felt out? I mean, it seemed clear that that's about as good as you felt out there.
Oh yeah, I felt so dang good, and for everything I've been through, I just really appreciate nights like this. I mean, a lot of the shooting part is so much fun, and when you see hard work paying off, it just hits different now than it did a few years ago. Because you know, being an athlete, it can be so fragile doing what we do, and it can be taken away from you in an instant.
When you know, you hit your first 7, when did you feel it was like going to be one of those type of avalanche?
Probably when I hit my first couple, and I thought I played with great pace tonight. And even coming in the second half, I'm proud of myself for not trying to force it. You know, I had 20, thinking you could have a 40-point night or something crazy, but I thought I played a great floor game and shared the ball and made the right plays.
Can you describe the when Steph threw that left-handed flip to you down court, and you've got Davian Mitchell? Are you thinking corner all along because you took 2 dribbles to get there? What was kind of the process of that?
Now transition 3. Yeah, about half court. I decided I was going to pull up. I was in rhythm. I made that shot. I see flashbacks in my head of making that shot before, just a 1 or 2 dribble pull up from half court, and that in the past would be considered such a bad shot. But I think me and Steph kind of redefined what a good 3-pointer is these days.
Bob was,
go ahead.
I say before the game, Bob was in here and he was asked about, you know, how he thought you looked. And he said, physically, we feel like he may be ahead of schedule. He said, the shot is going to come. Did you hear that?
I did not. I was getting ready for pregame, and you know, I'm happy with the night, but I want to build off this. I want to shoot the lights out all the time.
Steph called you one of your celebrations premature before a timeout. Did you?
That was funny.
Did you know Alvin was calling a timeout, or
no? I didn't. So happy he did. I'm really happy he did. That was great.
You and Steph were out there with Kuminga a lot of success with. What did you feel his game? And you feel what he's doing right now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't like the 4 turnovers, but to do what he did in 25 minutes, his ability to finish the rim is incredible. I mean, what a great athlete John is, and he's gonna just keep building different parts of his game every year. But he already has the ability to dunk on anybody and rise over the defense and finish. And his jump shot is really smooth.
How are you seeing him? You know, there was a second quarter sequence where one time he sets a really nice screen for you, gets you a 3. The other time you're open and he shoots a 3. How are you seeing him kind of learn your guys' offense and kind of how to navigate within it?
I mean, it happens. Everyone gets looked off. It's just part of the game. But I see John he puts the work in, and to be 19 and make the impact he does on our team, it's incredible. I feel like he's ahead of schedule.
Yeah, Klay, would you like to see the Warriors do anything at the trade deadline? Is there anything you guys need? You need a big man.
Maybe a new washing machine. Shout out to my pro.
Just on Poole playing when you don't. He's getting the starts like in back-to-backs, and when you start playing more and getting the minutes that's usual to you, how do you see his game adapting, and what do you think of him so far?
I think he'll still be Jordan. And you saw what he did for us in San Antonio. The man can lead an offense. He can create his own shot. And he's going to be a problem for a long time in this league. He's going to help us win so many games ahead. And he's a huge part of our team. He's going to lead our bench unit. And I think it's really sky's the limit for JP.
I might have one on Zoom, Clay. Christos, go ahead. One Zoom question.
Hey, Clay, hope you're doing well. Those games, those performances for you, how big confidence booster for you are at this point of the season?
Confidence booster for you.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you shoot the ball well, you feel that hard work paying off, does wonders for your confidence. And you just got to keep building off it. And I will. I mean, I'm going to go to Oklahoma, hopefully channel the same energy.
Great. Terrific.